demons to some, angels to others.
What's good, everyone? I'm IAnthonyD. Welcome back to another Friday the 13th video. That's kind of sounds weird to say. A little discussion video on Friday the 13th we haven't done in a long time. And to be honest, these type of videos, I don't even like doing that much because it's like, it's kind of weird. But to be honest with you, I just want to talk to you about it. That's it. Like I'm in this weird like phase where I'm just reading all this information that's coming out about Friday the 13th, and I have no one to talk to about it, so I'm going to you. So I figured we could just go over this latest news, and it's a weird one, man. As Bloody Disgusting says here, Jason Universe Horror Inc. begins a new era of the Friday the 13th franchise. Here's the plan. So for people who haven't been keeping up with Friday the 13th, like the world and what's going on inside of this weird license, is Jason has just been stuck behind jail for years. And as you know, the current game that we have now, the one that we love and we still make videos on, and which I plan to still make videos on until I can't anymore, that's going to go away at the end of this year. And you know, there's been some mod builds of the game, a lot of exciting stuff that's been community made. You know, there was supposedly a TV show, which I believe is still happening, Crystal Lake, which was going to focus on Pamela. That's still in the works, I believe. Well, it's been like a weird situation. And then you had the mods getting shut down. You had the Crystal Lake show going in a different direction, is what they call it. And now we get this Jason Universe. So let's talk about it. What exactly is the Jason Universe? They go on to say this: while we wait to see what happens with A24's Peacock planned Friday the 13th TV series Crystal Lake, currently undergoing a showrunner change, Horror Inc. has announced the Jason Universe, which is said to be dawning of a new era from the original owners of the Friday the 13th franchise. What does this mean, you ask? IGN details in their surprise report today, new Friday the 13th activations will span a wide range of platforms, from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and to be announced throughout 2024. Obviously, one of the first ones that hit us here is games. They're talking about making new Friday the 13th games. They're talking about making new Friday the 13th everything, from immersive experiences to merchandise and games. So, and a line here that they put that's kind of interesting is they say a new era from the original Friday the 13th franchise. So it sounds like there's a lot of Friday the 13th stuff heading our way, which is good news, right? We should be excited about this. The article goes on to say, for decades, Jason shocked and thrilled audience who kept coming back for more. We're excited to work with Victor Miller and Mark Toberoff on new projects we'll announce in the coming months, said Robert Barzamain, president of Horror Inc. We're focused on honoring the legacy while elevating the fan experience and appealing to today's horror audience as we develop new ways to watch, interact, and engage with the Jason Universe. With the unique ability to remain at the forefront of pop culture for 44 years, Jason continues to top the charts as one of the most scariest villains of all time. With strong global awareness across multiple generations thanks to billions of TikTok views, plus millions and millions of gamers and movie fans, said Sherry Khan, global GM of Horror Inc. We can't wait to introduce the new Jason Universe activations to these amazing fans. Which again, they bring up the gamer side, the gaming side of Friday the 13th, which I find very interesting. Now let's, you know, rewind a little bit here. We were talking about the Friday the 13th mods recently that got shut down. A lot of these mods were popping up. It was extremely exciting with, you know, unreleased content and new content that they created themselves. I mean, like, these dudes were super talented and were making some really cool things. That has to be said. But they were all hit with cease and desist. And one of the rumors on why this was happening was because that maybe they're making a new Friday the 13th game and they didn't want these mods and stuff like that to get in the way or confuse people. And it kind of seems like that might have been the case here. Victor Miller, the writer of the original Friday the 13th, who won back the rights to the original horror classic several years ago, the film's director, Sean Cunningham, has been battling Miller over the legal ruling ever since. From what we gather, Miller, Mark Toberoff, and Robert Barzamain joining forces for the Jason Universe means the team has access to any and all existing elements of Friday the 13th franchise. Same goes for the Crystal Lake series, which all three are involved in. But it doesn't mean they can make any new Friday movies. From Crystal Lake showrunner Brian Fuller explained back in 2022, the movie rights are a completely different thing. They are tied up at New Line and super messy. So it sounds like you have all the right people who are super excited and active and wanting to make things, Now, it may not mean we get new movies, but it does seem like we may actually be getting a new game. There was some teases and rumors from a while ago where like Harry Manfredini told someone, I believe at some like Crystal Lake event or something, that he was working on music for a new game. That was like talked about, but then kind of just went away. Like no one really was able to confirm if it was real or not. So it does seem like we are actually getting another Friday the 13th game. And it kind of makes me think about, you know, Predator Hunting Grounds. Predator Hunting Grounds, from my understanding, was developed by IAnthonyD and published by Sony, but Sony kind of just like, it got to the place where they just weren't interested anymore, didn't want to fund it anymore, something like that along the lines. And then Predator Hunting Grounds was just kind of left alone. It always had its own little community, but no new content coming to it. And then IAnthonyD decided to take matters into their own hands, and they buy the publishing rights from Sony to continue their vision with Predator Hunting Grounds. So does that mean we could see some sort of world where Horror Inc. goes out and gets new devs and new publishers to work on our current Friday the 13th game? Maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. You know, it's not the crazier things in the world have happened. That's definitely true. But maybe they take what we have here and they build off it with new developers, new publishers, and a new game completely. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think down below as always, though. I love having these conversations with you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I just kind of wanted to talk Friday the 13th with you. I missed this game. I'm going to be making more videos on it very soon, and I hope to see you there. So make sure to subscribe with notifications set to all so you don't miss out on future videos. Until then, remember the rules to survive. Don't do drugs, don't have sex, and oh yeah, don't die.
Everybody dies. Everybody dies. These days, there are certain rules. Everybody dies. Everybody dies. You gotta have a sequel. You can never have sex. Everybody dies. Everybody dies. These days, you never drink or do drugs. Everybody dies. Everybody dies.